Alright, I'm making this full accessory here. I don't plan on using it. I'm just, I'm a little sick too, but, so ignore the voice. I'm just making it to make it. I feel a little, oh no, I was thinking about working in Blender the other day, and I started to realize that, I felt like I was forgetting stuff. But when I started making the model, I forgot that I don't actually really know any of this stuff. It's all built in my memory. It's all mental memory, like muscle memory. I'm talking about the hotkeys and stuff, not how to make the models, just the hotkeys. But I wanted to test myself to see if I was losing any skill or whatever, or losing any of my ability, and obviously I am not. I'm stupid for even thinking it. I mean, you never forget to ride a bike, so I don't know. I'm just trying to make that thing though. Right now I'm setting up a boolean. I'm gonna set up a boolean for the flat surface. I used a 24 round cylinder on the circle. I didn't want to go too hefty on it. Like I said, this isn't going to be used. Mainly this is for working, like me making sure that I know the hotkeys and stuff. And just for, I guess, to do purposes. I really just wanted to make sure that I wasn't losing any of my skill. Which obviously I'm not. Other than being fucking sick, but that has nothing to do with skill. The only reason why I really stopped working in Blender so much and like started hitting Unreal really hard was because I was just getting bored. Like, I don't feel like, yeah, there's always stuff for you to learn, yes, but I feel like I'm, at least on like modeling and stuff, I'm at a point where it's hard to learn anything. Like, I've already learned majority of the stuff, unless you're talking like super secret trick or maybe something niche or whatever. But my learning in Blender is all but come to a grinding slow. Even if I work in it every day, it's just really slow. But I think that's just because I know a good bit. And what's his name said, it's easier to level up when you're a novice. I don't know. Mainly I'm just setting up the topology for the high poly model. The way I like to work, and you don't have to work like this, I see it in my head. I do not have to use subdivision. I choose to. You could actually not even use subdivision, get it to look just the same as the model with subdivision. You just have to add the subdivision parts yourself though. That's why it's just easier to allow subdivision to worry about the high poly model and allow that to get some of your shape. You'll understand, I guess, what I mean in a little bit when I start actually working on baking high to low and how I set up my high poly model versus how I set up the low poly model. And it kind of matters, I guess. I mean, it does, but right there I was trying to do my cool trick to one button merge all the things. I could have just merged by distance though, because there wasn't no problem by merging by distance there. It would have worked. There was just extra topology from the goddamn booleans. Sometimes I don't know why booleans booleans do that. They had extra topology sometimes for no fucking reason. Not topology, well, verts. Let me put it that way, not actual topology, just birds. I don't know. I don't know if it's me being retarded or if it's just Booleans being retarded or whatever. I don't know. But it don't matter. I'll fix it with fucking Mesh Machine or Mesh Tools and clean up. Oh, I hate being sick. Now right here, we're close to the basic shape. So I'll go ahead and sharp it and see how it's going to look. Boy, I'm tired. It's like 4:50. Yeah, I know my clock says 1:03, but I'm recording this audio after the fact. I was going to record it during, but needless to say, my OBS was being fucking stupid. So I ended up recording through the webcam microphone. And oh my god, I sound like I was muffled through a rag. Yeah, I had to add this. I didn't look at the back of the model, and I realized it when I was looking at it. I was like, this is a pole accessory, and the way it looks like it's meant to hold a pole from going all the way through. And the way I've got it made, it would go all the way through. Oh god damn, I hate being sick. Right now, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna fix the high poly model to make it look prettier. I guess don't really matter because no one's gonna see this shit. But now I'm gonna go through and bevel it. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I was insetting it. Oh yeah, okay. I'm doing my edges on the corners right here a little differently than I usually do. But it still works out. Oh, let me make some coffee real quick. Fuck. Coffee is so good. Got my coffee on. Nice. Oh, shit. Hold on. Yep. I'm using subdivision to make sure it looks right under the bevel, because I want to get my bevel right. And a lot of times I don't like to bevel everything with the same level of bevel. God damn, I wish my nose would stop running. I hate being sick. Now overall, we'll start to work on the low poly model. That's how Brobrain accessories. My wife was watching some shit about fucking King of the Hill yesterday. Funny. Put a chick in it, make her gay. I love the new South Park, man. I can't wait to watch it. Watch some clips from it, man. It's gonna be good. Kenny's all like, I like big boobs. I'm not right. I like South Park. It's super funny. Now I'm going through the low poly, and I'm gonna conduct some reduction. Reduction of the topology to make it less demanding, I guess. Now this was the part that was always the most confusing to me. I didn't understand at first how people got low poly models to look so good, and like how you got them to stay, like how you got them to be low poly. But after learning how to bake high to low, I eventually seen the error of my ways, that you use the high poly model to transfer the normals onto the low poly model, and you keep the low poly model low, and you don't use subdivision on the low poly. I was a fucking idiot, was using subdivision too. So I was making my faces like over like 30,000 or so on simple little objects. It's just not the right idea. I will say, if you're watching my video and you're trying to learn, you definitely want to learn how to bake high to low. Like, this is the main priority. This should be like your main priority. Yeah, you could say like the movie industry doesn't really use low high poly bake or whatever. But if you are a solo individual and you want to do games or animation, I mean, it's a necessity for you to use, for you to bake high to low. I mean, you can't freaking have your personal computer rendering out like almost like 50 million faces or whatever, or more or whatnot at one time. The render's gonna take forever. Or it might be more faces, I don't know. I was just using an example. You would just want to bake high to low. Right here, I'm adding more topology on the high poly model to prevent texture stretching. And this is fact. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. The only reason why you should ever do this on a model to defeat texture stretching is if you are using subdivision. So, let's recap. If you're doing it like me, and you're only using subdivision on the high poly model, where do you add all the extra topology at? On the high poly or the low poly model? The high poly model. Because you're using subdivision on it. Now, the low poly model, being low poly and not being using subdivision, you do not have to do that at all. You don't have to add all that extra topology or whatever and make it look nice. Ew, you look nasty, motherfucker. Let's fix that. Oh, and the time did change or whatever by big time, from like 1 to like 6. I took a break for a while and watched some YouTube and shit. Took care of my kid, got him food and shit. Thinking about the UV. I'm really slow. I know. People don't like my videos because I'm slow. I'm slow and retarded. Oh my god, I'm mentally retarded. And it doesn't really matter if anybody thinks I'm stupid or anything or whatever, because I know myself, like, I may be a little slow, but like, I can do this. I'm capable. Even after a month of not doing Blender, I can come in and pick it up like a goddamn boss. Like a motherfucking boss, not even forgetting a motherfucking step. Yeah, I was a little disheartened earlier. I was thinking like, man, I feel like I'm losing my skill in Blender. I can't even remember anything. And like, I started working and I started thinking, I was like, oh yeah, it's built into my muscle memory, not my brain memory. I'm stupid. And now I'm just setting up the UVs, or, well, the UV lines to lay out the low poly UVs. Now I've noticed in this UV area, you want to keep the UV lines pretty exact. If not, you'll get some weird overlapping that looks like two pieces of tape are kind of overlapping oddly. And I think I said this earlier. I'm not using this at all. This is just for me to practice my skills. Make sure I wasn't too rusty. The de-rust is real. Yeah, and I know. But I could bitch about add-ons, but I could do it vanilla if I want to. Why waste all the fucking time? Add your triangulations and add everything to the end before you export. Make sure it's shaded smooth, both of them. And then export, and make sure you click apply transform so it'll apply your modifiers. Export it in your folder of choice. Take it in Marmoset. Give it a once over. Get ready to bake everything. Put it in high or low. Set everything to 16 samples, 16-bit channel. Give it a stupid name. Preview the bake. And our bake comes out pretty nice. Now, this is not texturing stuff. I'm not actually going through and giving this a hardcore texture like I did, using like the curve maps to make like edge wear detail and all that shit or whatever. I'm just putting a smart material on it because I want to show that the bake actually took properly. The first one I use looks stupid as fuck. So I tried a different way. And this one looks a lot better. Like overall, I think the bake come out superb. It looks really good. And that's why